All right, officially 7 p.m. Eastern. I'd like to welcome everybody to the Prep Net. If you would like to register for the net, I'm going to request that everybody comes one at a time. Let me clear with the last person before you try to register yourself, please. If you would like to monitor, that's fine. During registration, please let us know that you are monitoring only, and we will mark you down as such. At this time, could I get the first caller that would like to register for the net?
This is Donna in Montana checking in.
Welcome in, Donna. Welcome in. We got you down, dear. Can I get the next caller that would like to register for the net, please?
Red's dog is here.
Hey, Res Dog, what state are you in?
Oklahoma.
Copy that, Res Dog. We got you down in Oklahoma. Glad you could join us, boss. Next person would like to register for the net. Please call now.
JW, South Louisiana.
Welcome in, JW. Welcome in, sir. We got you down. Next person who would like to register for the net, please go ahead.
DC, South Louisiana.
Welcome in, TC. We got you down, boss. Next caller that would like to register for the net, please go ahead. Again, I will remind everybody, if you would like to monitor, that is fine. Just let us know during registration. If we have anybody else that would like to register for the net, please go ahead. Okay, we'll go ahead and get this started, I guess, Jim. I would like to welcome everybody into the Preppers Net. This will be part 4 of our series of sanitation. With that, Montana Jim, if you would like to go ahead and pick up the mic, we are ready for your information, sir.
Okay, thank you, Red Bear, and everybody out there listening. And this final one's kind of long, so I'm going to push through it as quickly as I can. And at least it's not the worst of the 4 parts that we've done. So it is sanitation part 4, break. In parts 1 through 3, we covered why sanitation matters, human waste disposal options, toilet alternatives, hand washing and personal hygiene, laundry and dish cleaning, and gray water management. Now, let's finish discussing the rest of the sanitation issues that affect health and survival. Garbage becomes a major problem surprisingly fast. Preparedness trash planning should include heavy trash bags, burn barrels where legal and safe, burial options where appropriate, and compost systems. Separating trash categories helps sort your waste into food waste, burnable waste, recyclables, and hazardous waste. Great. Some food waste can be composted, including vegetables, scraps, coffee grounds, eggshells, leaves, and grass. But avoid composting meat, grease, and dairy products because they can attract pests and create strong odors. Bad odors damage morale and indicate sanitation problems. Odor reduction methods include sawdust covering, lime, ash, ventilation, frequent waste removal, proper drainage, and sealed containers. Odor control is especially important in small homes apartments, and winter conditions. Great. In disasters, illnesses can spread quickly. Important sanitation-related diseases prevention steps include hand washing, local sick individual or isolating sick individuals, can't read my own typing, cleaning contaminated surfaces, safe waste disposal, safe food handling, and clean water use. Families should consider having disposable gloves, masks, bleach, and dedicated sick room supplies. A sanitation failure can quickly become a medical emergency. Now, bleach is one of the most common emergency disinfectants. Uses may include surface disinfection, laundry sanitizing, toilet sanitation, and water purification. Great. Always use plain, unscented household bleach for disinfecting. For surface disinfection, a common emergency solution is roughly 1 part bleach to 9 parts water. Clearly label any bleach mixtures and keep them safely away from children and pets to prevent accidental misuse during stressful emergencies. Important, bleach loses strength over time, especially when exposed to heat or sunlight. So regularly rotate your supply and store it in a cool, dark location to ensure it remains effective during emergencies. Right? Never mix bleach with ammonia, vinegar, or other chemicals, as this can create toxic gases. Always use proper dilution ratios. Rural areas often have advantages such as more space, easier burial options, lower population density, and easier outdoor sanitation. But they also have greater distance to medical care, water well contamination risks, and dependency on septic systems. Urban areas often have advantages such as existing infrastructure and smaller living spaces to maintain. Their disadvantages include high population density, apartment limitations, limited disposal options, increased disease transmission risk, and shared plumbing systems. Urban sanitation during long-term disasters can become extremely difficult. Right. Cold weather creates unique problems, including frozen pipes. You asked me about that one. Frozen ground, limited water access, difficult bathing, and slow waste decomposition. When possible, solutions may include indoor bucket toilets, heated sanitation areas, stored water reserves, insulated compost systems, and indoor drying racks. Winter sanitation planning is often overlooked. Heat accelerates odor, bacterial growth, fly activity, food spoilage, and dehydration. Hot climates require faster waste management, better ventilation, increased hydration, and more frequent cleaning. Waste problems become serious much faster in high temperatures. Right. Flooding creates major sanitation hazards. Floodwater may contain sewage, chemicals, animal waste, fuel, or industrial contaminants. Important flood sanitation precautions: avoid contact when possible. Disinfect surfaces. Boil or purify water, and wear protective gear. Floods frequently damage septic systems, sewer systems, wells, and water treatment facilities. Long-term emergencies require sustainable sanitation systems. Short-term supplies eventually run out. Great. Long-term planning may include composting systems, renewable soap production, rain catchment, gray water systems, and off-grid bathing systems. Communities historically survive because they develop systems, routines, and sanitation principles. Long-term sanitation is about systems, not just supplies. Basic preparedness sanitation supplies may include 5-gallon buckets, trash bags, toilet paper, soap, bleach, hand sanitizer, gloves, towels, washcloths, laundry detergent, cleaning supplies, and N95 masks, and heavy-duty garbage bags. Great. Consider storing sanitation supplies separately from food. Good preparedness uses layered systems. Example, primary system, normal plumbing. Your secondary system, bucket toilet. Your tertiary system, outdoor pit latrine or outhouse. The same principle applies to hand washing, laundry, bathing, and trash disposal. Redundancy matters. Common preparedness sanitation mistakes include assuming toilets will always work, storing too little toilet paper, ignoring hand washing, poor waste separation, poor odor control, contaminating water sources, no backup plan, no winter plan, and ignoring special need individuals. Great. Sanitation failures can quickly happen. Planning ahead prevents many problems. One of the best preparedness steps you can take this week is to build a simple backup sanitation kit with basic supplies like buckets, trash bags, soap, bleach, toilet paper, and hand sanitizer. Preparedness sanitation is about much more than toilets. It includes hygiene, disease prevention, water safety, waste management, morale, community health. Modern sanitation systems are easy to take for granted until they stop working. The good news is that humans have successfully managed sanitation for thousands of years using both simple and advanced methods. Right. The key: planning before an emergency happens. A realistic sanitation plan can prevent disease, protect water supplies, improve morale, reduce stress, increase comfort, and improve long-term survivability. In many disasters, sanitation may become one of the most important preparedness skills of all. Preparedness is not only about surviving the initial disaster, it is also about remaining healthy afterward. Good sanitation protects individuals, families, community, water supplies, and long-term survival. Great. Please watch the expanded presentation on our YouTube channel for a better understanding and more information on this topic at youtube.com/@prepnet-talk2me. I have also put the link to the H2Go chlorine generator we post on our water topic for creating a disinfectant solution. You can also search Amazon for H2Go. Next week, we'll start a new topic on medical needs. If you have any questions about what we have discussed here or anything about prepping, please ask during the roundtable or send your question to prepnetch14@gmail.com and enter question in the subject line. With that, I'll send it back to Red Bear.
You know, I always wind up just finishing up my notes as soon as you send it back to me. Thank you very much. I'll do a quick check. At this time, do we have anybody that would like to register for the net? If so, please go ahead. Okay, we'll start down our list here. We've got Donna in Montana. Good evening, Donna. How are you doing tonight, dear?
I'm doing pretty darn good. I hope everyone else is as well. I just want to say, I've got several things to say. First of all, the importance of hand washing with soap and water cannot be overstated. And I found out some interesting stuff during the week that I would like to share if anyone else is interested. So if you get back to me after you've gone down the list, I'd be happy to talk about this stuff.
All right, Donna, we will definitely get back to you then. And I agree, hand washing is huge, huge. Um, Currently, I'm working in a kitchen in a youth facility, and we have to cook 3 meals a day for all the youth that are there as well as the rest of the staff. So when it comes down to preparing food for everybody, even just right now in a non-emergency situation, we could greatly either keep the youth and the staff healthy or make them very ill. So that's, I mean, just in normal everyday life, we need to be washing our hands constantly. And we should definitely take that into our emergency situations as well if we ever encounter an emergency situation. But thank you very much, Donna. And yes, we will get back to you. Let me break real quick. We're going to move on down to Res Dog in Oklahoma. Hey, Res Dog, how are you doing tonight? And also, what are your thoughts on sanitation part 4 here?
Yeah, okay, very, very good. Thank you for hosting this net, and it's a great net. As a matter of fact, one of your persons came over to my net Thursday night, the Res Chat ham operator net over there on Echolink Res Chat conference and All Star 55 101. But we had one of your guys come over there. He heard me talk about it last time, so it was great. But let me tell you a story. I have a little cabin that I had built. It's just 16 by 16 out here where my cattle are, and to get out of the weather and stuff like that during bad weather. And I put a composting toilet in, and I am totally amazed on how well that works. I even wired the cabin to put an exhaust fan in the bathroom area. And then when I got the composting toilet, there's a fan inside, and there's actually no smell at all, and even in a 16 by 16. So I never did put the fan in. It's all wired for it. But a composting toilet works fantastic. I use different medium for the cedar shavings. I even use wood pellets to put at the bottom because that really absorbs moisture, and that's what you're trying to do with composting, is dry everything out. But composting toilets are fantastic. I can't believe how well they work. But anyhow, that's my story on that. And great net. Good to hear everybody. I'll stand by and listen for more. Thanks for hosting us.
Thank you very much, Res Dog. And I'm planning on making this week to your network as well. I'm glad somebody jumped in for you, though. I apologize. We've had a lot of stuff going on in our family as of late, personal things. So it's been kind of keeping the house a little occupied. Let me break real quick here. Res Dog, can you give us that information again really quick on that net Thursday night? Go ahead and give us that information one more time, just in case somebody wants to grab that again.
Okay, very good. This is for ham operators. It is Thursday night at 8:30 Eastern and 7:30 Central. I'm in Central Oklahoma here. And it's called the Res Chat. It is on the Cherokee Reservation here in Oklahoma. So the topic, the whole channel, you can get it on Echolink. There's a conference called Res Chat, and then if you have All Star, it's 55 101, and then if you're in your local area, in this local area here, you can get it at 146 400 megahertz simplex. I have an outside antenna and high-powered repeater node thing going. So several ways to get in. 11 cats over on Echolink, and All Star carry it. Fireside carries it. So there's all kinds of ways to get into it. And basically, what I started that for was to try to bring natives and non-natives to come in and just chat. You don't have to be native, but it's highly preferable to try to get some native hams. There's so few of us out here. And we do a history on this day, a Native American history. Every date, my son Hunter, he'll do a reading from a book on this day in Native American history. So you get history out of it and a round table, and it's a pretty fun net. everyone likes the history part of it because there's history going back to 1700. Whatever's on that day that happened and is written down, we kind of give an account for it. So you get a lot of really good Native American history. But it's Thursday night, 7:30 Central, 8:30 Eastern.
Thanks a lot, Res Dog. Yeah, my stepfather is actually Ojibwe, and due to that, I have learned quite a bit myself. Unfortunately, I am not Native, but thanks to my stepfather, I've learned quite a bit, and that's interesting to hear about the history on this day. That's pretty cool. I appreciate that. That's awesome. Please tell your son thank you, and we will get there this coming Thursday, definitely. Thank you very much for that, Res Dog. We're going to keep going, though. We've got JW in South Louisiana. Hey, JW, how's things going for you, sir? And what's your thoughts on sanitation here, part 4?
Yes, sir, Red Bear. I don't have a lot to say, but I know, like he talked about 5-gallon buckets and what have you. That's good, you know. But if all else fails, a good shovel, sharp shovel, would do in a pinch. Just dig you a hole somewhere, do your business, and cover it up. I mean, for a short-term situation, it solves a lot of problems in a little short time.
That is very true. That is very true. If needs be, a good shovel will take you a long ways. Just saying. Thanks a lot, JW. Really appreciate it. We're going to move on down to TC in South Louisiana. TC, how are you doing this week? And what's your thoughts on part 4 of sanitation tonight, sir?
Hey, Red Bear and everybody. I'm doing great. It's been a great week. I'm going to quote this. Quote, when it comes to sanitation, there's a lot more than toilets or something like that. Montana Jim, 2026. That got me rolling, but it's true. Now, it's one thing to be known as somebody that survived, unlike other people if something happened. Like, because you know all your food and water and electricity, all the stuff we talk about here. But it sounds pretty embarrassing to say for somebody to talk about you like, yeah, he almost made it, you know, he had all his electricity situated and his water and his food. He didn't need the government. He didn't need his neighbors. He had it all in control. He was pretty all about it. But he died because he didn't know how to wash his hands, you know, or he contaminated his own water. So, yeah, sanitation, you can't avoid it. It's something you gotta look out for, you know.
That is very true. That is very true. So you stop and think about it. I mean, Montana Jim did say, TC, that this is kind of an embarrassing topic for some people, but sanitation is definitely either A, the fastest way to keep you healthy during a crisis or an emergency, or B, the fastest way to make you sick and introduce you to death. So that's something to think about. And there is a lot more involved. Like you quoted Montana Jim, there's a lot more involved here than just making sure the toilet works. So sanitation is also cleanliness. Food storage, believe it or not, to me, kind of falls into sanitation as well. If you don't store your food properly, what happens? So definitely. Very true, TC. Very true. Thank you very much for that. And Donna, I didn't forget about you. We'll get back to you so that you can discuss a little more. But before we do, I want to check real quick. Do we have anybody else that would like to register for the net? If so, please go ahead. All right. Jim, before we pass it back to you, I'm going to go ahead and pass it over to Donna real quick and let her continue on as well. Donna, please grab the mic here. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Red Bear. Thank you, everybody. I just found out some interesting stuff about soap, and regardless if it's homemade or commercial, soap does not sanitize. What it does is it, on the molecular level and all the scientific stuff, it grabs the germs and holds it, it wraps it up, and then when you turn on the water and rinse it away, it all goes down the drain. And as long as you, what is it, they say, like 20 seconds or so, if you perform the recommended wash time. And this, let me take a break. This is why germs cannot form a defense against it, because it happens it's physics. They can't mutate against it. They can't make armor against it. No matter how bad they get, the soap is always going to take them away when you wash it with water, when you rinse with water. Let me take a break. And also, commercial soap is often not soap at all. It's considered under the FDA as detergent because it uses a lot of oil or petroleum-based products and also plant-based products. And in the process of a lot of commercial soap making, they remove the glycerin, which is a natural byproduct of soap, and they sell that to cosmetic companies for cosmetics, which is why a lot of commercial soap dries your skin out. And that's what makes homemade tallow soap or lard soap much better for you, because it still contains that glycerin. And I just thought this was absolutely fascinating.
That is definitely fascinating, and it just drives the concept of washing your hands home even harder. So thank you very much for that, Donna. Really appreciate all that information. I did take a few notes off of that as well, so thank you very much. Really quick, before we turn over to Jim, if anybody would like to make any comments on what Donna has just shared, please go ahead.
Soap will bring you far. Whether commercial or homemade, I lean towards homemade just because of knowing how it's made, but when you got soap, you're on the good direction.
I have to agree, TC. I like the homemade stuff. I like that it's still got that glycerin that helps keep your skin moisturized, as opposed to that commercial stuff.
I'm kind of curious, Donna, have you guys fully switched over to the homemade soap now, the tallow soap, versus buying store-bought, or are you guys still buying store-bought?
We have not bought store-bought in quite some time. We have been using the tallow soap, and we are very impressed.
I'll be honest with you, I cannot remember the last time that I've used store soap in my household. When I say in my household, they don't. I mean, I got used store-bought soap when I'm at the library or somewhere, but as far as in my household, I can't remember the last time I used commercial hand soap. Like, I always use tallow soap.
Now, I'm curious, TC, with you using tallow soap all the time, and you did say, like, at the library or something like that, you'll have to use some regular hand soap. Do you, when you absolutely have to, when you're out and about, do you notice a difference in soap texture, I guess I'll ask, and also how clean, how your skin feels after you walk away from washing your hands?
Now, I will say one major difference when you say how it feels. The tallow soap that I use is a bar, like a bar of soap, whereas usually you find in public restrooms pump liquid soap, which is better. I mean, I wouldn't want to go in a public restroom and grab a bar of soap that 1,000 hands have touched. But in the long term, I remember before using tallow soap, my skin was always pretty dry. Like not irritating, but it's like more elastic, which is that's how it is in a lot of people. More elastic. It doesn't seem to get damaged as easily. It just stays integrated. As far as a one-time use, having to switch over to commercial when I got to, it doesn't make that much big of a difference. I mean, not really, but you over weeks or months, it'll make a difference.
Copy that. Thanks a lot, DC. Really appreciate it. Okay, Jim. I guess we'll pass the mic over to you finally now. Any thoughts or comments on any of the discussion from the roundtable, sir?
Oh yeah, I wrote down a bunch of notes, of course. First, thanks for everybody for listening to this particular topic. It might have been uncomfortable to listen to. It was much more uncomfortable coming up with. Anyway, we'll go to Donna there on the soap. You know, this is the point. I've been doing this type of stuff for a long time, preparing. This is the first I heard of this. This just goes to show that we all continue to learn about this. And I've got a whole bunch of store-bought soap in my larder down there, and I guess I'm going to end up using that for barter or something because, yeah, I agree. The tallow soap is the way to go. It's not difficult to make, guys. And no, you don't have to render your own fat. You can actually buy tallow off of Amazon. Yeah, it's cheaper to render your own, but it's not that expensive. So I would highly look into that. Let me go ahead and break here. So, and you can make a liquid version of tallow soap. I think it's a 10-to-1 thing where you basically create your soap, then you grate it up, and then heat it in 10 parts water. And then when that sets up, because it doesn't set up hard, you get. I haven't tried that yet, but I'm going to. Which means you could also save all your small pieces of soap when the bar got down, and then use that to make some liquid soap. So let me break again. And yeah, Res Dog, that was me, WB6DTJ, that checked in there, and appreciate the invite on that. That was an interesting net. And yeah, JW on the composting toilet, or I guess Res Dog composting toilet. Yeah, we've actually created what we call sawdust toilets. Built a little enclosure around a 5-gallon bucket and put a toilet seat on it, and use sawdust. And it composts. And that's actually, that composting thing for human waste is actually very widely used in third world countries. And it's very, very effective, and it's something that's been done for a very long time. I mean, centuries. So people shouldn't turn their nose up at it. And, you know, JW does have the right thing. Hey, when all else fails, a shovel will work for sure. So I think that covers everything that I had down here. So we'll throw back.
Thanks a lot, Jim. Thanks a lot. We'll go ahead and open it up again and see if anybody's got any comments or questions from everything Jim just stated. All right, we'll just do a quick check. Do we have any other announcements tonight? If so, please go ahead. Okay, well, I'll make a quick announcement then. I'm going to ask everybody to come over to Channel 6 tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Eastern. That'll be the same time as this net. Tonight, Channel 6 is the Hammond GMRS channel. That'll be another net. That'll be the Radio Shed net live from the Bear Cave. And once again, I will be your net control there. Please come and check that out. It's kind of a rag chew net, not really a topic, anything to do with radios. If you have any questions, if you want to learn, you want to discuss something, drop on in and check it out.
Hey, Red Bear, quick question. What do you consider announcements when you ask that? Like, what are you asking for?
Anything. If you've got an announcement in your life, if you've got something big going on somewhere, talk to me related or not. Any type of announcements, or even if you want to talk about your trivia net that you do, TC.
Yeah, that's what I was asking, if you consider that an announcement. Just checking. But yeah, I do a trivia net once a month. I try to keep it on a Saturday. So the next one is going to be on August 1st, which is a Saturday, at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. It's a whole lot of fun. I just got general range questions on channel 28 on Talk2Me, the events channel. It's called the events channel, channel 28. August 1st, Saturday night, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. It's going to be a lot of fun. Can't wait to see you there.
Now, I know the last couple that you held were a really good time. And also, JW, I heard JW talking about something in an event that you were involved in that you had got up and spoke. You want to fill us in on that real quick, TC?
Yeah, I believe I know what you're talking about. So a couple of weeks ago, I went to the Veteran Cemetery over here in Jennings, Louisiana. It was for the 250th anniversary of the United States. So I was the keynote speaker. I had a pretty good speech, and it was all great. And after that, I shook hands with a former senator of Louisiana, the current representative of Louisiana, sheriff, and district attorney. I took pictures with those people, and then I also met a candidate for district judge. But yeah, there are a whole bunch of popular faces, and I wasn't going to shake their hand; they were coming to shake mine. I was like, wow! But it was great. There was a whole bunch of people there. It was a cool speech, and it was a good time.
That's a big deal, TC. Congratulations, buddy. Glad you got to meet all those people, and glad you were the key speaker. That is definitely a huge deal. And just for everybody here that is unaware, TC is only 12 years old, guys. So this young lad is definitely going very far. So really appreciate that. Thanks a lot, TC. Do we have any other announcements tonight? If so, please go ahead. All right, we'll throw it back to you, Jim. Do you have any last thoughts or questions or anything?
No, I don't think so. I covered everything. And I just want to thank everybody for checking in and for participating. It was a good roundtable. This is the thing we're trying to promote: is get everybody talking, not just listening to me yabber on, because I'm not very interesting. And so I think we're doing good there, and we're just going to continue on, and hopefully the rest of the presentations will not be quite as uncomfortable as it were. So with that, I'll send it back to Red Bear, and thanks everybody, and have a good rest of what's left of this weekend.
I want to check real quick. Next week we're doing medical needs. Is that what you said, Jim?
Yeah, that's going to be the thing we're going to do a quote all about medical, and I believe it is 4 parts. Yeah, I can't do something simple. There's just too much to cover, and you can't do it in one, because I try to keep them, short. Although this one was a little bit long. This was about a little over 9 minutes, and I try and keep them less than that. But yeah, we're going to start into the medical thing, and after the medical one, we will be doing food preservation and trying to cover all of the major ways of preserving food, and their goods and their bads, as everything has here.
A question: How many parts do you plan on having in the medical? I think that's what you called it, medical. Because I'm on tune in on all of it, but you're just making me waiting for that food preservation.
Yeah. There'll be 4 parts on the medical. So yeah, it's going to be 4 more weeks of medical, and then we'll hit the food preservation, and it's 7 or 8. I think it might be 8. It's 8 parts. Unless I get to the end and figure out, gee, I missed something and have to make a 9th one. But that's what it's at. And of course, the major part of it will be my favorite food preservation method, which is freeze drying. But anyway, so hopefully that will be more interesting. And again, let me break real quick. See, you encourage me. You can't stop me from talking. I'm going to encourage, go to the YouTube channel. I keep what I consider improving the expanded presentations, and they're a lot more or they should be a lot more entertaining, a lot more information, etc. And so as each one comes up for the net here, it will be released on the YouTube channel, plus the recording of the net. So you can get caught up on stuff that we've already covered, which has actually been quite a lot. So with that, I'll throw it back.
Thanks a lot, Jim. If you would like to find the YouTube channel, if you go to YouTube and search PrepNet Talk to Me, again, that is PrepNet Talk to Me, and Talk to Me will be the way it appears on your radio. The word talk, the number 2, and the word me. PrepNet Talk to Me. That is our YouTube channel. If you have any comments or questions, please send those to our email at prepnetch14@gmail.com. Again, that is prepnetch14@gmail.com. If you have a comment in the subject heading, please put comment. If you have a question in the subject heading, please put question. Let me drop. I'll be right back.
Correction.
Also, if you're interested in hosting a PrepNet, in the comment section, please put hosting, and then in the body of the email, let us know what your idea is, and we will work with you, and we will get that prepared. TC himself has actually hosted a net on making the tallow soap that we were talking about tonight. So if you're interested in hosting a prepper's net, go ahead and send us an email. Let me break one more time real quick. Hey, Jim, I think I heard you in there as well. Am I correct? If so, please go ahead.
Yeah, just a one quickie correction on the YouTube thing. you got to put the @ sign in front of PrepNet-Talk2Me. So you put the little @ sign, PrepNet- or hyphen Talk to Me, and it'll take you to our YouTube channel.
Thank you very much for that, Jim. I transpose everything from my last net log every week, and I missed that one. So yes, the YouTube channel, as Jim stated, the @ sign, just like in an email, at PrepNet-Talk2Me. So please put that @ sign in front of that when you're searching us up on YouTube. Let me break one more time real quick. Just going to check before we close the net. Do we have any last thoughts, comments, concerns, or questions? If so, please go ahead.
As somebody that's been a guest presenter on this net right here, it's not that hard, guys. There's a lot of stuff we could learn. You probably know it, and we'd love to hear it.
I got to agree with that one, TC, because, I mean, when you come out of the woodwork with tallow soap, you floored Jim. So he actually learned something here. So very interesting. Thank you for that, by the way, TC. Yes, guys, there's no topic with prepping that should not go unheard. So again, as TC said, if you have an idea, definitely bring it to the table, please. We could use it. So thank you very much, everybody, for joining this week's net. Please come back next week, same channel, same time, and check us out. Definitely take use of the email and also the YouTube channel, guys. Go check those expanded presentations out. As Jim has stated in the past, we can't put everything here on the radio, unfortunately. Those expanded presentations definitely do bring the nets home, guys. Please go check those out. And we also have all these nets over on that YouTube channel as well, if you would like to go back and listen and, maybe you missed part of it or something like that. You never know. So, Jim, I want to thank you. Let me break real quick before this drops. Jim, before we end the net, I want to thank you real quick, sir, for all the hard work you do. You bring all the information. You do run the email and the YouTube channel as well. All I do is host it. So thanks again in 73, everybody. Glad you all joined and registered. If you were monitoring this week, maybe next week you'll register and let us know that you would like to monitor only. So with that, we'll go ahead and close the net and turn the channel back to regular operations. Thanks again, everybody. Have a great rest of your weekend and a good start to next week. Catch you next week, y'all.
Great net. Thank you, Jim and Red Bear. Have a good night.
Yeah, great net, guys. We really enjoyed it. Catch you next week.
JOJ, is that you?
Bet. What's going down?
Just playing with this new little radio. How you doing?
Oh, I'm doing good. You're gonna have a ball on this, Jeanette. Like I said, I bought these for the ham side, and I'm over here 99% of the time on the public side. I just have a ball. There's karaoke on the karaoke channel Wednesday and I think Friday. Yeah, Wednesday and Friday night. And Hunter, he's just having a ball with that. He's been singing on there. So a lot of great people on Channel 2 is where all the action is, Jeanette, normally. So Channel 2, you'll get a lot of the locals up there, 02. And I got another 0 channel coming. As soon as I get it, I want to get your and Mike's IMA number, and I'll put it in so we have a private line of our ham friends. I'll just add a lot of our ham friends in there. But what radio are you talking off of?
I bought the Pro, and of course I got the 26 coming too, so we'll get those You know, they were out of stock, and so as soon as they said they got them in, we bought a couple of them. So I don't know what I'm gonna do with this one, but figure that one out. And yeah, you know, I talked to Daryl on here today, and Hank, and a few other people, and I got on too for a while. And but yeah, I mean, ain't nobody talked to me, but and of course I've keyed up. You know, you should know me, but that's all good. I'm all good with that.
I copy that. When Mike gets on there too, over there on two, there's a pilot. I know him, and they'll probably hit it off really good. There's a guy that's a pilot. He just flies. I believe it's just personal airplanes, you know. But they'll probably hit it off pretty good. But you get one free name change, so you got to pick a handle. I see you're still under the username. Just call them tomorrow. Pick out a handle for yourself. I would say the Texas Kisser. That's what I'd use if I was you. And then you and Mike, you get one free when you buy the radio name change. So then after that, I think it's $10 if you want to change it to something else. But I'd call them and get yourself a handle.
Well, that's what I told Mike, is I was going to put Texas Kiss or anything, so they're going to bug you to death. And I said, well, I could spell it like my call sign, you know, and then I could say, well, don't say Kisser.
Yeah, there's a lot of cool gals on here on the O2 channel. Giggles, I think she's in Texas as well. And then of course Mama KT, she's real cool too. So you'll probably hit it off with them. You'll hear them up there. They're on there all the time. But anyhow, you're gonna have a ball with this, Jeanette. I tell you, I got it just for the ham side, and I bet I haven't spent an hour over there since I had these radios. It's always on the public side.
Well, I tried to get over here for the Preppers Net because I was on too, and I heard the gentleman come on there and say it was coming on, but I didn't know what time. So I didn't know it was on yet. I've checked it a couple times and I didn't hear nothing. And then when I checked it this time, everybody was saying good net. And you know, on Fridays I got to do my net, and of course if everything goes good tomorrow with my blood work, then I got my surgery on Wednesdays. I might be down and out, but I'll definitely be playing radio while I'm, you know, down and out.
You'll be on there a lot, I'm sure. You're going to really like the group up there on two. You're going to fit right in. But, yeah, I gave 11 Cats a plug. We had one guy that came over. Well, you heard him from the Res Chat Net Thursday night. He came over from here. I announced it, and he came over because there's a lot of hams that have these. So I picked up one from the Preppers Net that came over, and I gave him the information again, and I told him to get it on 11 Cats and Fireside and all that. So they're well aware.
Well, I'm thinking about doing just a station, you know, like the blind ham, and just call it 11 Cats, and put that on there. Of course, I want the 11 Cats network on here, but not able to do that yet. So that's okay, but I figured, you know, I could put 11 Cats channel, put a channel up.
Copy that. Yeah, I have a private Res Chat channel, and I'm adding one more. It ain't online yet, but that's the one I'm going to add. Like you and Mike and Daryl and you know, all the gang. I'll add them to it on the public side there. But I'll probably be a week or two away. I just put the request in, so it takes them a while to get that set up. But anyhow, well, that's great. I'm glad you got the radios and they're working good. And if you have any questions on how to operate them, all that the software is pretty much the same throughout all the radios. So you know, if you just kind of scroll around, you'll figure it out. But if you need any help, let me know.
Yeah, I'll do that. And yeah, was going to say my call sign. That's the other thing I keep forgetting. I'm not ham radio, so I don't have to say my call sign. But yeah, so yeah, I like it so far. You know, it's interesting, and I'll probably give one of these to my sister. You know, 'cause she don't have a ham license. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I looked at that private channel too. But Mike said you got to contact them to get them to put it on there. He wasn't thrilled about that. But yeah, yeah, that's what it said. That's what I was told anyway. I think that's what it says on the website too. I'm not sure.
Yeah, you can order it right from the website. It's a $25 fee, one-time fee forever. Uh, there's different different companies out there. Some you can do that on your own. You don't have to. But this is run by a ham. Jason that owns this, and all the employees are hams. So it's supporting another ham, and they're just a small, I guess, company trying to get going here. So, definitely I don't mind paying $25, for it. And the good thing is the cellular is only like, I think it's $25 or $29 a year. So that's like nothing. And then some of the radios you got, I think, will even do Wi-Fi. Like if you have a base station, you wouldn't even have to. You get a year free of cellular, but you wouldn't have to. You can just go off your Wi-Fi for the one that stays in the house. But yeah, that's what I was thinking. It would be excellent for your sister. She likes to sit and monitor and listen to all this. This is the closest thing to ham you're going to get without having a license. So I think she's going to have a ball with this.
I'm hopping to add on to that. They also have Talk2Me radios that have phone call capabilities, like a 25 Elite phone, which I'm talking on right now. If you put a phone SIM card in it, you can make phone calls with it.
Yeah, I saw that too. But honestly, if you only knew how many radios I own and how many telephones, I don't need any more cell service stuff, to be honest. And but yeah, I did see that you can turn it into a phone, and that's pretty cool. But JRJ, my sister likes to listen to my net, so she can only do that on the ham side. So I don't know. And I'm not going to do my name on this radio because it's under my husband's call. So I'll do radio. I did put one under my call.
Yeah, and then what I did, Jeanette, if you use a Texas Kisser and you have multiple radios, like I did Res Dog and then Res Dog 1, and then I ordered a standard, and that's going to be Res Dog 2. So you can just add 1, 2, and 3 after Texas Kisser for your radios, for your radio ID. Same with Mike, and of course, they program them both ways when you're ham. So when you go on the ham side, your call sign will register on the screen with your name, your first name and your call sign. But on the public side, it'll have your handle.
Yeah, I done figured that one out. Because, whenever I key up on the private side, it shows Mike's call. And, yeah, so I'm not sure, what's going to happen with this radio. But, Daryl says the 26 is not, because we're like, oh, we like the size of this, because you could throw it in your pocket. I could take it with you to the lake or something, So, take it fishing. Or walking, I go walking and I have to, I like to listen to books when I walk, but then if I want to listen to, if I want to jump on some of the morning nets, then I gotta get off my book and get on Echo Link, because, your regular radios they're not gonna go that far.